Hey everybody, it's the Iron Sun. So I finally got my mic working. I'm really happy about that. So I kind of just want to say I'm just out here doing my thing. I got a couple of things to talk about. Um, so I got a couple of videos. It's a 4-part video. It's called "I'm the Mother and the Father." Check that out if you get the chance. It talks about the mother-son dynamic within a single mother household, or single motherhood, or you can say a single parent. Um, yeah, I go into a lot of interesting stuff in that video, or in those audio clips, and hopefully there's something there that can actually provide a helpful experience, so where someone else can learn from. There wasn't really much I was going to cover today, but there are a couple of interesting videos that I was watching. In particular, there's this video with Coach Red Pill and Fresh and Fit. I think that would be a good review, so I'll do that. Maybe one or two other reviews, but I don't even have a really good battery, so maybe I can go into that real quick. Let's see. So let's just go straight in. By the way, before I do that, I'm going to go into the bonus topic. So the bonus topic. So there's one thing that I think the guys who actually, when they are successful and actually do get women that are willing, they get to the point where they can attract a woman. There's sometimes, I'm pretty sure y'all have heard of girls' night outs. Here's my thought on girls' nights out. If the woman is dressing up and the way she's dressing is generally not the way she dresses up with you, and it's in a way to reveal herself and make herself look more appealing, it's not a good sign. That's just my opinion. That's the bonus topic. Yeah, I don't really have much to add to that, but I'm pretty sure there have been a lot of cases probably where guys have a situation like that. I've had that happen to me as well. And only thing I can say about it is it's not a good sign. Yeah, but here's also another thought I have on it. So I don't think you should. I don't think you should actually worry about it. I think that's probably the wrong mindset, as if there's a wrong mindset. Not necessarily trying to show you right, what is 100% correct, so you stay on the 100% path. It probably might actually be best for you to fail and realize why it's wrong. But if you want to skip past that part, here's my thoughts, and this is what I've read as well as to why that's probably a bad idea. So whenever you do, they're doing girls' night out, and you're saying, for example, whenever she proposes to you, now you will have the people who say, no, that's not something I'm good for, or that's not something I'm good with, and they'll do it from the beginning, so that if girls' night out comes up in conversation, the woman already knows what the guy has said on it. I think that's pretty much the smartest thing, to say it first, like the first time you meet the woman, to explain, hey, no girls' night outs. But most dudes end up in a situation where they haven't explained it. They haven't explained it at first, so they end up having to retroactively explain it, and it doesn't really work out, because what ends up happening is you get the women who, when you say, you try to show a boundary, right? But then it kind of makes you look, just a perception of it. It's like, oh, this guy probably doesn't have options because he's worried about me going to some place around other guys. Yeah, I know it's weird. It's probably annoying, but that's how they think. They're thinking, probably, more than likely, they're thinking, hey, you're worried, therefore you don't trust me. That's another thing they'll say. It's like, oh, you don't trust me. But the thing is, I don't know. I'm curious if that's a projection, but I'm not sure. But I mean, if you show like you're like, hey, I don't want this to happen. I don't think this is a good idea. Then you don't trust her, right? But then it also shows that you have anxiety about your own value with that particular woman. So it kind of sucks. In a way, the best thing I think you can do, the best way you can respond is by doing nothing, by saying nothing. You know, at the very least, you could say, have a good time. But at the end of that, just pretty much you could mentally prepare to leave the relationship, or you can just keep the relationship going. It's up to you. But I mean, it may not necessarily be the nail in the coffin, but it also may be the nail in the coffin. Um, Let me see. So, yeah, but this particular video was made. This live stream is very short. It was made to promote the videos or the audio links on my channel that are coming up right now. That's going to be good for anyone who's been in a single mother household or anyone who's finding themselves in that situation. Even for the single mothers, it would help you understand the perspective of men, and that could help in that way as well. That's the goal, to actually have something that's useful to people. Um, these are just my opinions raw. So maybe if I put it in a more professional way, then it could, end up getting more public appeal. But the way it is now, I think it's going to be useful. So I'll leave it up. Let's see. I might be able to cover one video in this stream. I got 23% on my computer, and I'm trying to keep it as healthy as possible. So, let me think. I also have to cook food because I'm hungry. So I'm just going to cook food. Tell you what, we'll do a two-parter. I'll come back and I'll do a live stream covering some videos that I found. There's one with Coach Red Pill and Fresh and Fit that I think is really interesting. We'll cover that when I come back eventually. And then there's a video from, what is it, Poor Man's Podcast, I think. Yeah, the Poor Man's Podcast. And he says, female caller says everything a woman says is garbage. Some other stuff, some interesting stuff. And by the way, so I haven't contacted her yet, but there's a lady who's a marriage counselor. Me and her are going to have a conversation. She's pretty cool to talk to. We had a conversation at a get together that was going on in Dallas. And so still going to do that. And also there's a guy I'm going to meet. I'm going to do a live stream with tomorrow. Probably send them the topic for that pretty soon. But that should be good. So we're going to talk about alpha males. We're going to talk about men and being a man and what that means for millennials, especially. All right. Yeah, that's it. So, of course, before y'all go, I found a quote. So maybe at the end of these, I read a quote. There's a quote I got. Hold on. Let me get it real quick. Boop, 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 boop. Picks. All right. Here's a quote. Hard work never killed a man. Men die of boredom, psychological conflict, and disease. They do not die of hard work. David Ogley.